When I've had a hard day and it's cold outside and the weather's miserable, I just want to put a nice, warm, comforting dinner on the table that will lift everyone's spirits. Hi, I'm Nikki. Welcome back to our kitchen, where we show you how to make delicious, family-friendly recipes. This creamy pork casserole is made from lovely fall-apart pork with cider, a pairing that complements each other perfectly. So let's get cooking. We're going to preheat the oven to 170°C or 325°F. Heat 2 tablespoons of oil in a large casserole dish until hot. Now I'm cooking this in my casserole dish, but if you wanted to, you can cook this in the slow cooker. I'll leave some tips in the comments below on how to do that. For the pork, I've got 500 grams, which is a little over a pound, of pork shoulder steaks, which have been cut into nice big meaty chunks. Add the pork to the pan along with half a teaspoon each of salt and pepper. We want to brown the meat on both sides, which should take about 5 to 6 minutes. Once that pork's nice and brown, we're going to turn the heat down to medium and add in a diced onion and 12 to 14 button mushrooms that have been sliced in half. Cook for 5 minutes, stirring occasionally until the onion softens. Now add in 2 cloves of minced garlic and cook for a further minute. Now add in 2 tablespoons of plain all-purpose flour, sprinkle it all over and stir it all in. Then add 240ml or a cup of dry cider. Plus 420ml, which is about 1 3/4 cups of chicken stock, and half a teaspoon of dried sage. You can replace that with a tablespoon of chopped fresh sage if you like. For the cider, I'm going for a nice dry cider. If you're in the US, this is an alcoholic cider. I think they call it hard cider. If you don't drink alcohol though, you can just replace it with dry apple juice. Turn up the heat and bring it to the boil. Stir and scrape up any bits that might have stuck to the bottom of the pan. Place the lid on the pan and place the pan in the oven for 90 minutes. Check the casserole a couple of times, especially in the last half an hour of cooking, and if it starts to look a little bit dry, you can add in a splash of stock or water. After the pork's been in the oven for 90 minutes, we're going to add in 2 thickly sliced apples. I like to use a tangy, sweet dessert apple like jazz apples. They go in later on in the cooking process, so they don't disintegrate during cooking, and so they retain lots of lovely flavour. So remove the casserole from the oven, stir in the apples, plus 80ml or 1/3 cup of double or heavy cream. Place the lid back on and place back in the oven for 25 minutes until the apples are lovely and tender. After 25 minutes, remove from the oven and give it a stir. Serve with some green veg and creamy mashed potato. I also like to top mine with a few fresh sage leaves and some really thinly sliced apple for a little bit of crunch. It really is delicious, hearty, warming comfort food. And if you like this, I know you're going to love my creamy chicken casserole. See you next time.